In this video, I'm going to show you how to take your comprehensive data from the CRS for the STAR interim and break it down into reporting categories. So before I select my student data, remember it started for me on row 17 because these had labels for all the columns. That's what's needed in order to organize. I did not delete these blank columns. Instead, I chose labels for them. So the first section is the 5 best and 5 worst that your students performed on. So I'm going to scroll over to show you the second blank is going to be reporting category number 1. And then comes reporting category number 2. And so on and so forth through reporting category number 5. And so I've labeled those blank columns within those items so that I can use those columns to organize. So let me scroll back over to the beginning. I'm going to select that data again. I have about 54 students. I want all rows and columns selected with just the student data. Okay, so there's my data, and I'm going to go to Insert, Pivot Table. I do want it to create a new worksheet, which is a new tab. Okay, so when I set up this pivot table, I'm going to choose the reporting category first. So I am going to scroll down until I see reporting category number 1. And then I want to organize it because I have students that performed above, near, and under, but on different forms. So I want to know what form they were on. And then I want to know their performance. So once I've gone through reporting category 1, it will show me, keep going down, okay, performance. So this is saying that a student that took a high form, they were above target, or a student that took a high form where they were near target. So I want to know who those students were in those categories. So I'm going to drop student data down next. Okay, so this gives me a list of my students here. So one way to think about this data is to think about, so here's a low form, they were near target, a low form, they were under target, a medium form, we had some kids that were above, some near, and probably some under, and there's some under in that medium category. So the way I want to maybe group these students is to think about students that took a high form that were above or near. We're probably going to be in the same group. This allows me to push these that are above, but also push these that were near, that were taking that high form, to be above. And then in the medium, I'm going to include students that were on the high form but were under, and medium that were above. On the low form, I'm going to capture those students that were near or under, and then those that were above on the low form. And then at the bottom, I have a fourth group, and they were on the low form already, but performed at a near or under for that reporting category. So this is a way to group them into 4 sections, maybe for an EOC blitz, maybe for just differentiation in your classroom or small group instruction, but it's a way to chunk those students into groups so you can approach that reporting category in a different way.